Hey guys, Jamie from Jamie's Detailing, and today I'm gonna be giving you guys an overview of my 2005 Scion XB that I've recently converted into my mobile detailing rig. So I just recently picked up this vehicle for my mobile detailing business that I just started less than 4 weeks ago, but I really saw a need to get a dedicated vehicle for mobile detailing. That way I'm not trying to work in and out of my daily driven car that I use for, picking up my daughter and doing all that kind of stuff. It would have been completely packed with all of my mobile detailing gear. And this vehicle, I think, is the perfect step up from a daily driver to have a dedicated vehicle for mobile detailing. So let me show you guys how I have it set up and why this vehicle is making me so much more efficient when I'm actually out in the field doing a quick detail. And yeah, let's just go check it out. Let me give you an overview of this vehicle. Right off the bat, this is not the perfect vehicle. The paint's not perfect. There's rust spots in some areas. And overall, it's just a used vehicle, a 2005 used vehicles. But we got it for a very, very, very good price. And the entire time that I was looking for a vehicle for mobile detailing, my biggest thought was, what kind of return on investment are we gonna have for the money that we're gonna be putting into this vehicle? So I bought one of the cheapest vehicles that I could find that was gonna work for my purposes. And my biggest purpose for buying this vehicle is the amount of space that this vehicle offers you. So guys, this vehicle, as far as the cargo space, once you take out the seats, it's huge. It's basically a 4x4, a little bit bigger than that, about a 4x5 space that you guys can use. And I think it's about 38, 40 inches tall. So this is a huge space that you guys can use. You guys can even put a water tank in here if you wanted to. But for now, for me just getting started with my business, I have it set up very, very basically. And again, it all comes down to return on investment. We might have to put in a little bit more time not having reels, not having onboard power and stuff like that. But let me show you guys how I have this set up and why this makes me way more efficient than having to load my personal vehicle on a daily basis in order to get out there and do my mobile details. So let me go ahead and put the camera on a tripod, stop yapping, and show you guys what we have going on here in the back. All right, guys, so coming over here to the side of the vehicle, I have 3 baskets that are all Bauer stackable baskets. Now, again, guys, I bought these baskets and all these Bauer, a lot of the Bauer tools and cases from Harbor Freight, and the biggest reason I did that was return on investment. Again, we're only 4 weeks, not even 4 weeks into starting this business. I'm starting the website, doing all this stuff at once over the past 4 weeks. But anyways, we really want to get a good return on investment. So if we spend a ton of money on storage just to put stuff in and out of our vehicle, well, we're already taking a hit on our return on investment. So if I can get something from Bauer that's just as good as the Milwaukee stackable containers, that's what I went ahead and did. So moving on, guys. These are my Bauer stackable containers. They were around 25 bucks each, but I really, really like the fact that they stack up and they're oversized as compared to like your typical milk crate or something like that. So I went ahead and got these Bauer stackable containers. And in the top here, I actually have all of my microfiber towels, mostly my interior stuff. Right now I have a couple wash mitts just kind of thrown on top. Those are brand new, but I I actually have all of my microfiber towels. A lot of these are interior microfiber towels. Just kind of starting off from the top here, we have some knee pads. Those are just something I throw in there. But we have our window towels, which are just a simple waffle weave towel. We have some polishing towels, and we have just our general purpose yellow towels. Moving on from there, guys, we have, you know, more microfiber towels. I have different colors or different towels that I use for different purposes. Moving on from there, we have our second Bauer basket. This basket holds more microfiber towels, as well as a bunch of drying towels, a bug sponge. This is brand new, otherwise I'd probably put it in the tool container, which we're about to get to. But a ton of different microfiber towels for a ton of different purposes. Along with that, we have a whole bunch of different applicator pads of all different shapes, different textures and stuff like that, as well as, you know, cheap applicator pads that we can just use and throw out for different purposes. So all of the applicator pads, drying towels, and different purpose microfiber towels go in this basket. Moving on, we have our third basket, which this basket actually just is for throwing all of our used microfiber towels and stuff that we need to wash. So I use this one dedicated as a wash basket, and I love the fact that, again, you could take these wherever you need, directly to the vehicle if necessary, and you guys can work from there instead of needing to always walk to the vehicle to grab more microfiber towels or whatever the case is. So I love having actual baskets that we can move in and out of the vehicle. Moving on from our Bauer baskets, guys, we have our detailing tools. So these are all the different tools that we use for actual detailing vehicles. So I have a bunch of interior tools and exterior tools. Real quickly, I'll actually take you guys through what I have in here. Now, this does open up inside the vehicle, but I'm just gonna pull it out. I'm gonna pull it out anyways to show you guys what's in the bottom. But this, we just have some tire tools in here. Obviously a barrel tool right here. We have some, you know, drill brush attachments, a whole bunch of different inexpensive brushes that we use for the interior. That way when they go bad, we can just go and buy some more. Boar's hair brushes, we use them for interiors and exteriors. If there's something super nasty, we can go ahead and use these boar hair brushes, and if they don't wash out good, we can just throw them out, no major loss, because they're relatively inexpensive. Now, I do want to get some better brushes for interior work, especially those super nice plastics and stuff like that, but for now I have been using just your typical average boar hair brushes, but I do want to step that up just a little bit. Moving on from there, guys, we have some applicator pads for just some tire applicator pads. I typically use these a few times and then I'll throw them out. So these are really cheap. I get them from AutoZone. They're like $2.50 for 2 of them. So you get, you know, let's say you use it on 1 or 2 cars, probably just 1. I usually just throw them out so they're not, like, you know, in my actual bags and stuff like that, or I'm trying to store it somewhere. Anyways, those are really inexpensive applicator pads for tires, and they work really well. Detailing swabs. These are actually cleanable, but again, I usually just throw them out when I'm done with them. We have electrical cords. We have some brand new clay mitts. We do have clay mitts for when cars are heavily contaminated and we can't get that off with Iron X. Which, speaking of Iron X or iron remover, I just call everything Iron X, I guess. That's an iron remover. But we have our version of Iron X, which is actually Purple X from Superior Products. So in here, guys, this is where all of our chemicals are. So we have all of our different tire cleaning chemicals. I use Diablo for those more expensive wheels that you really don't want to experiment with. I'll use Diablo, especially if they're already clean. I just use Diablo, that way I'm not hitting them with any kind of harsh chemicals. Again, we have some more wheel cleaners. This is our acid. We have some non-acid. We have one of my favorite products, which is Aqua Gloss for the interiors. You can use it in this spray form for tires, but I typically use Aqua Gloss in the full strength in a little squirt bottle like this. So I love these little squirt bottles. You guys notice that I have all chemical, guys, bottles. So far, I haven't had any issues with these. These are actually brand new to my little arsenal. I just wanted all the exact same bottles, same exact size, same exact shape, all that kind of stuff. These are pretty easy to get just on Amazon, and I like the shape of the bottles and stuff like that. Nerding out on the stuff a little bit, I guess. I do like chemical, guys, accessories, their brushes, their cleaning tools, all that kind of stuff. But I typically don't really use their products for actual professional detailing because there's too many options. And as a business, I just want to buy a few chemicals that I can dilute different ways in order to do a ton of different jobs. And I get that with Superior Products. But I have been buying a ton of different Superior products. Like I even just got this rubber. I forget what they call it, but this is for the rubber. I mix it 2 to 1, and I have not tried it yet, but I'm definitely want to try that one out. So I have a ton of different products in here. We got Super Clean, Full Strength. We also have Super Clean at 5 to 1. This I'll use on carpets and certain other things like that. McKee's N914. This is amazing because you can use it in so many different ways. There's like 10 different ways that you guys can dilute this stuff in order to do different jobs or different tasks. So I always carry a bottle of McKee's, especially when you want to do a rinseless or waterless wash on the fly. Stuff from Griot's Garage. We have stuff from Stone, like their tar and sap remover or their Terminator, which I love the name of that. Going back to Superior Products, we have Firepower. That is part of our 1-2 punch with the Zap It Firepower combination. So this is my combination right here for carpets, along with Pink Perfection. So if you need that 1, 2, 3 trifecta, this works really, really well. But I did just order an enzyme cleaner that I'm going to be trying out and adding to my arsenal of interior upholstery and carpet cleaning products. Now, we're actually going to go over all the different products that I'm using in a completely different video, so I don't want to ramble on too long about these different products and everything else that we have here in this case. And we still have a ton of products over on the side, so I'm just going to gloss over the products in this video. But definitely consider subscribing and keep a lookout for a future video on all the different chemicals that I'm using for mobile detailing and all the different ways that I dilute my different chemicals in order to do different tasks. So I really want to do a detailed video on that, and I actually have something to show you guys for that, but let me get to that here in just a minute. Now, moving on, or before we move on from the back, let me show you guys why this mobile detailing setup is so awesome and really why I got this vehicle. Now, taking the cases and this little knee pad here out of the vehicle, You guys can see that this is actually just a super simple little skid that I built in the back here. This is a skid down here. This is removable out of the vehicle, so you can move this in and out of the vehicle if you had a purpose to do that. But then on top of the skid, I actually built just a little box, and this is gonna help me vertically store everything in the vehicle instead of just packing everything on top. Like when I very first got this vehicle, I was just kind of throwing everything on top that didn't fit in these Bauer stackable containers. So let me show you guys the actual sides of this vehicle and why this little skid is so awesome, and it even makes me a little bit more efficient when I'm out on the field doing mobile details. Coming over to the side of the vehicle, now this is where there's a lot of more of those fun tools, stuff that you use for detailing. Now in this Bauer bag right here, this is where we have all of our polishing tools and equipment. So I can quickly open this thing for you guys. Usually I would just put this on the floor to open it, but this holds my polishing, all my polishes, all my compounds, all my pads that I'm currently using, my tape, 2 different actual polishers, just a little Milwaukee 3-inch polisher that I use, as well as my Griot's G9. That I use for paint correction, paint enhancements, spot corrections, all that kind of stuff. It works really, really good, and it's an awesome price. And, you know, we just have everything that we need in here for polishing and all of that kind of stuff. So, again, we can just grab this bag. If I can grab it, we can just grab this bag and we can just take this directly to the vehicle that we're working on, or we can work out of the vehicle. Either one works, but this is just, again, that simple wooden box basically with a simple shelf in here to hold this giant bag. And below that, we have another super small bag. This holds another polisher. This is just the SPTA actual 12-volt little mini polisher. This polisher I use for waxing vehicles. So I just wanted a super simple little polisher that I can pick up and grab. It works really, really well. The battery power is not amazing on it, but you can easily do a lot of vehicles you can do in one battery. Some vehicles take both batteries, or you'll need like a little bit of the second battery to get finished with it. But overall, this has, you know, different power settings and everything else. So this is an awesome tool for, you know, just getting the job done and getting your waxes and all that kind of stuff that you need to do with just a quick little battery powered polisher. I guess you could call it a waxer because it's not very strong, and I don't know how much correction you guys are actually gonna get using like a polishing compound or something like that. I have only used it for waxing. So that is the 2 bags that we have there. Below that, we just have our gloves, which I definitely want to get just a little glove holder and maybe put that somewhere else out of the way. But we also have a whole bunch of other tools down here, including all of our waxes, our window cleaning supplies. You know, we have our little invisible glass easy reach tool. We have a couple different soaps. I actually do carry some Meguiar's Gold Class. I just carry enough to do a couple cars. Some of my clients do actually love Gold Class soap, so I try to always carry a little Gold Class on me. Moving on from there, guys, again, we just have all of our different waxes that we use. This is one of those products that looks like it exploded back here. Anyways, I'll have to clean that up, but we carry some chemical guys, hybrid ceramic wax. We carry this one, Meguiar's hybrid ceramic wax, along with a whole bunch of different window stuff, window cleaning chemicals and stuff like that. Below there, guys, we have our our different wand attachments for our pressure washer. And these we actually use, I have another one that's the same length that we use to actually reach the top of semis and stuff like that when when we need to reach up that high. So we definitely carry some bigger tools on us down below so that we can clean semi trucks and all that kind of stuff, like this microfiber brush handle. And stuff like that. It just makes the job a whole lot easier when you're washing big vehicles. So I make sure to carry that stuff on us. Moving on, we have our pressure washer. We have the pressure washer gun. We have this little tool that I actually hook one side up to the pressure washer, and this other side goes to just a hose that we can use to fill buckets and all that kind of stuff, so we're not having to go all the way over to the client's water spout or spigot in order to fill up our buckets and disconnect things and turn them on and off and all that. That way we have all the control we need right here to be able to fill our buckets and hook up our pressure washer without going back and forth to the customer's faucet or to the customer's spigot. So there's those tools right there. Below that, we have our pressure washer. This is the pressure washer I use currently. It's just a Ryobi 1.2 gallon, 1800 PSI. This works perfectly fine for all the semi trucks I've washed. It works perfectly fine for all the cars and trucks that I've washed. So right now I don't see a need to upgrade my pressure washer until I get like a more advanced or bigger setup, or upgrade other things around that as well. So right now I'm totally fine with this pressure washer. It's super portable. I can bring it right to the front of the car and all of that kind of stuff. So moving on from that, right behind our pressure washer, I do carry a steamer on me. All of our interior details, we do steaming. And this is because one, we can use it chemical free if requested by the clients, and steaming, just with the steamer that we have, it's like 58 PSI or 54 PSI, somewhere around there. And it really just blasts out a lot of those small crevices, all the dirt, and the heat from it really helps get out a lot of areas. So if you guys are familiar with cars, definitely grab yourselves a steamer. Just be careful around stuff that might be glued or epoxied or all that kind of stuff. You do need to be a little bit more careful with it, like stuff like door panels and stuff like that. So just maybe watch some YouTube videos on how to use a steamer before you just start blasting stuff with 58 PSI of steam. But yes, I love carrying a steamer, and you can do a ton of different work with a steamer. Moving on from this side of the vehicle, let's actually move over to the other side of the vehicle where we carry a couple more pretty cool tools. All right, guys, so opening this side of the vehicle, you guys are right away gonna see the vacuum, you guys are gonna see the blower, and we have a couple more things over here. But taking some stuff out, this is the blower that I use in order to blow off all the vehicles. This is something super new to my arsenal, and I just started using it, but so far I am liking it. I'm sure there's better blowers out there, but for the price, this thing is getting the job done. Since getting this, I decided to go all Bauer and just try it out. I've never gotten Bauer tools, always been like more of a Milwaukee and stuff like that. So anyways, I decided to jump on the Bauer hype train, but I really got it because of this right angle drill. Now, this is way better for actual drilling, upholstery, drilling carpets, all that kind of stuff. You guys can see you don't have that big handle of a typical drill. So since you don't have the big handle of a typical drill, you guys can really get under some of the taller seats that people look under, and all of that. So I love having just a smaller tool to work in all different kinds of areas, but you get the exact same cleaning effect with it just being a right angle drill versus your traditional drill. So definitely check out a right angle drill from whatever you guys' favorite, manufacturer of tools is. But I went ahead and am trying out the Bauer. We'll see if this is a bad long-term investment, or maybe this thing ends up breaking on me on a job and I need to bust out the rigid drill that I typically use. But so far, I'm definitely liking this drill. The speed, it has 2 different speed settings, everything about it. The size of the batteries is really nice, but I am super skeptical on how long the battery is actually gonna last. So I did get a 5 amp hour battery for the blower, and I got 2 1.5 amp hour batteries for the drill. We'll see if I need to get more batteries, hopefully not. But behind there, guys, I have more tools. This is just a nozzle for the blower. Let's go ahead and set this to the side. Moving on from the blower, this is our vacuum. Now I'm just using a basic Craftsman 6 horsepower vacuum. This is a really nice vacuum in my opinion. It's a little large, being this trash can style, but I do like it a lot. I did take the wheels off of it because I hate when you have your vacuum and it's rolling all around the vehicle or bumping into doors, all that kind of stuff. So I took the wheels off of my vacuum. That way it's not rolling around, and I can just set it down where I need my vacuum, and it's just gonna stay right there. If I start tugging on the cord, I know I gotta move it. So that's the vacuum that I'm currently using, and behind there just stores my vacuum attachments. And up above that, we have the hose that I was telling you guys about for our pressure washer, or for that Y splitter that we use. This is what I use to actually fill all of our buckets and everything that we just want to use a typical hose for. And then this hose right here is our actual pressure washer hose. This is just a 50-foot PWA CCS hose from Amazon. Again, something new that I'm testing out. It was a good price, and I figured I'd try it out. The worst thing that happens is I want to get a different hose, but if I do get a different hose, I'm gonna end up getting a 100-foot hose instead of the 50-foot hose, and I'll probably have a reel in here. So there's one more thing that I want to show you guys about this whole mobile detailing setup, and that is what I have in the front seat, which is probably, overall speaking, one of the most important things when it comes to actually running a business and trying to do this mobily. So let me show you guys that real quick. Now, coming over here to the front of the vehicle, I have 2 things that I want to show you guys. This is the binder that I'm putting together for my business. Not only does it have all of our different pricing and all of that kind of stuff in it, but it also has some super important checklists that we need for when we're actually working with our different clients. One of those being a detailer's checklist. This is to make sure that we're actually bringing everything on location when we need it. And this right here is a vehicle completion checklist that also has a customer signature as well as my signature, or whoever's detailing the vehicle will actually be able to walk around the vehicle and check that we get all of those forgotten places, the A-pillars, the air vents, the bottom of the cup holders, making sure those are wiped out. The pillars here on the sides, the A-frame pillars, I think I already mentioned that, but all the different pillars, all the stuff that people typically forget, making sure the trunk space is vacuumed out. This is, huge, and to make sure that we get those 5-star reviews, I always make sure the customer comes out, checks out that we have this checklist. They're pretty damn impressed with it to begin with, that we even care enough to make sure that we're doing everything, and then they know that they're working with somebody who's professional and serious about what they do. So I love having a paper trail to actually give to the clients so that they know that we take this very seriously. So this is just something, a checklist that we've added to our repertoire of things that we do on location. Along with that, guys, we have all of our different dilution ratios. So when we're refilling bottles and all of that, we can grab this binder and we know exactly what our typical dilution ratios, as well as all of our alternative dilution ratios for each and every product that we use. So I love having this. That way I'm not trying to Google stuff or look it up all the time. We have an actual typed out binder full of all the different chemicals and all the different ways that we use our different chemicals. So I love having this binder. We even throw all our receipts in here, little notes, all sorts of stuff. So I love having this binder, and it's just something that I take around. In here, this is just a little clipboard that I use, and this has those vehicle completion checklists. I just have a few of them, enough for a couple days of doing details, or a couple weeks for right now, as we're getting this business started. But this is our detailing checklist, as well as just our master sheet binder, whatever you guys want to call it. This has all the details. So if I am working with somebody, they could potentially say, hey man, we have all these different detailing packages. Somebody's walking up to us. We can say, hey man, we have all these different detailing packages starting from $100 and working their way up from there. We have, you know, paint enhancements starting at $500. Here's some extra add-ons that we have. This is huge, guys. So definitely make sure you guys have a binder. Look as professional as possible, and this stuff makes your life easier. So don't have to bust out your phone every single time that you need to reference something, or you need to tell somebody a price, or whatever the case may be. They can get an idea of your logo and everything, even though we don't have our actual vehicle wrapped quite yet. Now, I do want to get a bunch of stuff done to this vehicle, guys. So let me take you guys around to the front of the vehicle, and let's talk about some of those things I want to change. Just to sum up this video, so this vehicle is obviously not a perfect vehicle as far as the condition. However, it has tons of space in it so that we can store everything that we need for mobile detailing, especially in these beginning stages of mobile detailing. My biggest reason for getting this specific vehicle was that return on investment, and having a dedicated vehicle to get me from point A to point B that I'm not gonna have to load and unload on a daily basis. So I'm already loving having this vehicle, but we will have to see if this is a good long-term investment, or if this is gonna actually hurt the beginning stages of my brand new business. So you guys are definitely gonna have to subscribe to see what I do with this vehicle in the future, as far as adding water tanks, electric, rebuilding that skid that I put in there, and let me know what you guys think as far as this vehicle. Do you guys have any suggestions for me? What are you guys' overall thoughts and opinions on this vehicle? Do you guys think this would work for your mobile detailing setup? And yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Those definitely matter to me, so I'll make sure I take time out to read each and every one of those comments, put that little heart on there and all of that. So I will definitely meet you guys down in the comments below for any of those questions, comments, suggestions, all that kind of stuff. So anyways, guys, this is the first video of the channel. I'm super excited to get something out to you guys, but I also plan on doing a ton more videos on not only all the different chemicals and the tools that we use, but I really want to talk about the business aspect of starting a new business, all the back end of this business, the stuff your clients don't see, the stuff people don't really see until they actually work for you or are working with you. And I want to make sure that you guys get started right. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace.